They have undercover cops at the reflecting pool and soldiers who are arresting people for touching the water. Push
that guy in and then tattle on him. Into the pool.
That would be funny to just the thing you do by the pool where you push them and save them a little bit. If people, I almost went to federal penitentiary for that.
Just smash cut, you accidentally fall into. You're both sopping wet in a holding cell. It was supposed to be funny.
I saw a guy dressed as a frog. He had an enormous mascot suit dressed as a frog, and he had a sign that said "Let's go algae" or
That's
"Go
hilarious.
algae go." And I'm just man, I get not liking Trump. I get thinking Trump is bad. I get protesting against Trump. You look like an imbecile. You look like an imbecile. Go algae go. You're on the algae side.
Hilarious.
You look like a complete fart.
To root for algae is clearly a joke and pretty fucking funny. I've been loving the reflecting pool because Trump put his name personally all over this thing, right? He has this thing where he's uniquely qualified to solve these problems. No one on earth could redecorate DC like Donald Trump could. And it's been such a colossal and public failure. And he's lying to try to make it look like I've seen underground Antifa labs producing algae. You can buy that shit on Amazon. It's weird. He's talking about first it was a 250-foot slice in the ground that someone did with a knife. Mind you, not only is the reflection pool surveilled constantly, it's live streamed constantly. You can go look at a live stream of the reflection pool right now. This never happened. But then the cut switched to 300 feet. And then the cut switched to 350 feet. And they're like, Trump, do you have any evidence of this 350-foot knife cut on the bottom of the pool? And he says, we'll produce it at the appropriate time. Dude, it's just a lie. No one cut the bottom like that. And he's lying to save his skin because they didn't do a good job.
So what 43 people watching.
He's laughing. This is one of those things where the left doesn't get it. They're being led around by their tail on this one. He loves you complaining about his terrible pool he put in. Because the alternative is you talking about, he'll talk about it. He'll keep it going. He'll stoke those fires until the presidency's over. He's happy to talk about it. Yeah, no, because children, Woody. He the children.
Yeah, we lost the war in Iran, and he managed to bury the story about how the way women and children, but the reflecting pool is still a bad look for him because he sort of did this personal guarantee. He handpicked the contractor. He's known this guy for years, and he just gets caught in lie after lie, and then he makes up new lies. And I'm still baffled how no one is bothered by the way that he lies.
I just don't care about the pool at all.
It seems like the war being
if they bulldozed it full of failure. If they filled it in, I'd be perfectly fine with that. Just fill it in. Who fucking cares?
That's a popular opinion. No one wants to get rid of the reflecting pool. I think they have two options. They either go full blast and manage it like a swimming pool that's just not healthy for wildlife, or they go full blast and make it like a pond that literally has, lily pads and shit like that. And
then it won't reflect anything.
Well, the first one will, but what you can't have is this in between. You can't have a wildlife safe pool that doesn't have algae.
What's the cleanest kind of shark? Now you've got a real thing to look at there.
You could put tiger sharks in there. They can live for a very long time.
It's not deep enough.
Well, make it a little deeper.
3 feet.
Now it's a big project.
4 feet?
It's 3 feet in the middle, if I recall, and 18 inches near the edges. So it's kind of U-shaped in the middle.
I'm not suggesting we actually put tiger sharks in there. I'm just saying we could.
Right. Sounds like you are.
What about a bull shark? They can survive anywhere. They killed somebody in the Mississippi and Missouri at one point, according to some graph. Or something. According to some map where it's shark attacks by state, and it's what the fuck happened in Missouri?
The Ozarks are all freshwater, right? They have to be. It comes from the north, right?
No, it was in the Mississippi.
Tiger sharks can survive in fresh water for very long periods of time.
Yeah,
not days or weeks, but years or something like that. Tiger sharks are, and they also. I think they're the ones that attack people the most on purpose. I think tiger sharks and bull sharks will eat
bull
people,
sharks,
whereas white sharks, I don't think a white shark has ever eaten a whole person. It's just that their exploratory bite before they figure out you're not a seal or a sea lion kills you because they take a hunk out of your thigh or your femoral artery or whatever and you bleed out in the ocean.
I remember when I was surfing, people would try to make me feel better and say that, like, well, that shark is not that lethal. You'd lose a foot or something. I'm like, well, that's not okay. Like, I don't want to lose a foot. I don't want to lose a toe. All these things are unacceptable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose anybody.
You couldn't put tiger sharks in that pool. Some of these weigh up to like 2,000 pounds. Bull shark,
put them in there little.
Bull shark 290, like 200 to 300 pounds.
No way they could maintain the water quality for saltwater fish in there. They can't maintain the water. They can't keep it clear as it is.
You can fill it full of catfish.
They would survive. They always find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What eats algae?
Everything? They're algae eaters, but I just think there's so much algae and it's such a perfect environment for them. It would need to be stocked full of algae eaters. Yeah. And then they would die because there's no oxygenation happening.
Yeah, then you got a bunch of dead fish. Then it's
like I said on PKN, the whole problem is that the reason that Biden's estimate was like $100 million plus is because the core issue is the pipes underneath the pool. There's a whole drainage and filtration system underneath the pool that they're not running right now. That's, of course, it's algae because they're not filtering it. They're not. Those pipes are broken and cracked underground, and they leak.
They said that's where the algae came from. They said it was in those pipes.
Yeah, well, I know they said that.
Wait, algae, but it would need sunlight, right? Or is it just like residual? I don't even know how. I think
it's residual algae that had been filtered through the pipes, and then it starts leaking, and then they turn the filtration system on, and they clean everything out, and they turn it back on, and the algae gets shot out of the pipes back into there, and it's seeded the whole thing again. And then they treat it with hydrogen peroxide, which kills the fucking ducks because the ducks are shitting in there and like exacerbating things. But again, the whole problem is swimming pools across the world have no issue with this because they filter them. If they would just filter this thing, it would be fine, but they can't. So they slapped a coat of paint on it, literally, not even a good coat of paint, and then called it good for $14 million. And of course, instantly it goes back to green, just like any swimming pool would if you did the same. If you took an algae-filled swimming pool and your solution was not to turn the filter on, but to put a new liner in, and then you're like, oh, this should solve it, you know what would happen. It would be a well-lined, algae-filled swimming pool the next day.
Or a poorly lined one.
A good move.
Or a poorly lined one.
If I were in charge, I would have painted the bottom algae green. Now, who's the wiser? Now it's reflecting, and it's like that's what it's supposed to look like. Retard. How do you not get it?
I think I'd go full wildlife. I know it's not a reflecting pool anymore, and probably some people wouldn't like it, but it'd be dope in other ways to see like the lily pads and the ducks. And
there should be those machines you put a quarter in to get the duck feed and fish feed from all on the side of it. They should put like fish or something that are native to the region and turn it into a bit of a geological like attraction. Like, this is the marshland whoozy what's it lives here.
Let me tell you a quick story. The New Jersey Aquarium came out. It was in Camden, and it was this idea to Camden's a terrible, terrible city in New Jersey, and they put a lot of investment in this aquarium to have a little bright, shining light of it, and hopefully, start a turnaround. All the fish at the New Jersey Aquarium were native to the area. It was the worst aquarium I had ever seen. All the fish were brown. Some of them were gray. All of them were unattractive. You'd walk around as a guy that fucking loves fish more than anyone maybe fish. I'm like, this is terrible. Why am I looking at this fish? This isn't a decorative or interesting fish. This is just there's like flounder. Do you know what a flounder looks like? It lays on the bottom in the sand. You can barely see it and has one eye that faces up or two eyes or something. Like it's awful, awful, ugly fish. And it was terrible. And they had to rebrand it. Like they're like New Jersey Aquarium now with colorful fish and rainbow colored posters and banners.
Not just from New Jersey. It's like when you go to a really big
maybe I'm in the minority on this. I just don't care. And if they bulldozed it full of dirt, I would be happy. Maybe not happy, but is that real?
That's a flounder.
That looks like the fish from The Simpsons that lives in the toxic waste.
Well, it lays flat on the bottom, so it's evolved like that.
I understand that, but it's like I'm expecting a third eye to be on the other side of the face.
That's what the New Jersey Aquarium has now.
Oh, look at that guy.
Well,
I
that's
don't know
flounder.
what that's supposed to be.
That's flounder.
That's flounder.
Little Mermaid.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
Your
that's not a
favorite
flounder.
Disney film.
That was pretty creative. That interpretation of a flounder for flounder.
Yeah, that's
Because
not
those
even
were
close.
terrible. It's like the boring aquarium reminded me of when you go to a giant Bass Pro and you're like, whoa, they've got an aquarium here, and you look at it for 2 seconds and it's like, oh, these are the bad fish. Like who gives a like
Hard disagree.
a bunch of bass? Neat. Like these are everywhere.
I think it's cool. I always like I've seen those clips on TikTok of the Brits coming over and being amazed by everything American. And the one guy's in Bass Pro Shop. He's like, "This is my favorite store ever now." he's like looking at the fish and like looking at the turkey calls and stuff. I always liked it. I remember that guy that jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That guy's
Dude,
a hero.
The Bass Aquarium is cool because it's in, the pro shop, but it can't compete with like an aquarium's reefed exhibit.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Atlanta Aquarium, of course, has like the freshwater, like swampy place where you do have those boring fish. You go down that hallway, and I love the Atlanta Aquarium. It's got a little bit of everything. I think they got crocodiles now. I know they've got the dolphin thing where you can go swim with the dolphins and everything. The whale sharks, and the Atlanta Aquarium is so nice.
The Atlanta Aquarium has a reef exhibit, and there's this one, I think it's a flamingi tang or something, but it's like an 18-inch, 2-foot, really colorful fish. And I swear this is true. That fish liked me more than everyone else there. He kept coming back. I'm watching him. He's watching me. We're bonding. Me and that flamingi tang, we're tight.
I bet he does that with everyone.
I heard he was a bit of a slut.
He's a bit of a socialite. All the other fish are ugly.